There's a spot on the farm that I was brought up on that it's a really high spot. It's where I used to run away when I was little and I was in the pet. I'd pack my bags. Hi, my name is Sammi Kinghorn and I'm a Paralympic wheelchair racer. The three most surprising things that people probably don't know is that we have to go into a thing called the call room before we race. So it's like a really small room, it's quite intense, and you've got to sit in there for about 50 minutes with everyone you're about to compete against, and you're all just kind of facing each other off. And I've got a couple of girls that make really strange noises, so one girl will bark, and then I've got another girl that claps her hands and does some funny things to try and distract you. Another thing is that we sometimes talk in the races, and people will shout or elbow and make themselves quite known, so you do kind of get people that come alongside you and say like, can I come in, will you let me in? So there is a little bit of conversation that goes on in the races. Third one is at Paralympic Games, it's 24-hour food. You can have food whenever you want, and it's like a world buffet. It's incredible. Well, to start with, obviously you try and stick to your normal diet and what the nutritionist has set you, but you kind of get your eye out for like things. As soon as you're done, you're like, that's where I'm going. So Tokyo was really good. There were some really good, nice sushi bits. I was like, as soon as I'm finished competing, I'm going to that bit. And there's always like a dessert bit in the middle that it's always really enticing that you've got to kind of stay away from until you're finished. I'd say my favourite rural farm shop is one near to where I live just now, which is Cheerbrook. I really like it, it's really close by. And then we also have the Hollies as well. So between them two, I feel like they're definitely my favourite picks. Where we live in the Scottish borders, I can literally get around quite a few little villages, so I push from like village to village and cover quite a lot of miles, and that's always quite nice. So you get a few beeps and toots and people waving on the way past, so there's a really nice bit that I can cycle all the way from Gordon, where my mum and dad are from, down to Kelso, which is a really beautiful, some nice steep downhills but some uphills as well. There's a spot on the farm that I was brought up on that it's a really high spot. It's where I used to run away when I was little and I was in the pet. I'd pack my bags, and you can see the whole of the farm, and you can see Hume Castle, and it's like the hill we used to do sledging and stuff down. So I would always go and sit there, and in the mornings when I first started racing, I would always finish my training up there, and I would always sit and look out and just be so grateful to be brought up in that beautiful place.